Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues in Michigan. Please subscribe to our channel. You know, we talk a lot about child abuse without really defining what is child abuse. And it's very, very interesting because it's very much an evolving standard. When I was a kid, and admittedly that was a while ago, for a parent to whack their kid for non-compliance was sort of run-of-the-mill. I mean, you did something wrong, you got the belt. Sometimes it was with the hand, sometimes with the belt. You got spanked on the bottom. These things happened. It was just a part of raising your kids. I remember watching an old episode of I Love Lucy, where Ricky Ricardo, and this, you may not know who this is, but Ricky Ricardo took his wife Lucy, who was always involved in mischief, and literally put her over his knee and spanked her for doing something. And I thought to myself, look at how society was. It wasn't unusual for the head of the household to do that to somebody who was acting out. In that case, it was a comedy because it was a spouse, whatever. But the point is that people did that. Nowadays, people don't really exercise corporeal punishment. They don't smack their kids. They could, and they'd be sometimes in their rights to do it. And I'm not saying that it's illegal, because sometimes it has to happen. But there's a difference between discipline and abuse. Discipline can become abuse if taken too far. If your kid gets out of line and curses at you and you smack her in the face, I don't know that that would necessarily be anything other than discipline. You take a wooden hanger to your kid, then you're talking about abuse. So you can see that there are different levels that go into the process. You know, neglect is also in some way a kind of abuse. If you don't feed your child, it's really what we call neglect, but it falls into the abuse and neglect category. So there are different ways of defining this. Obviously, the court is probably, if they have to, they're going to look at what you did. They're going to judge your conduct based on what was reasonable and what's appropriate for you, for the child, for the circumstances in the community. So you have to realize that this is a standard that is somewhat of a moving target. And if you have to prove that you're not guilty of abuse, will you be able, based on the standards, based on the conduct, based on what goes on in the community, based on what's appropriate, will you be able to show that you acted within the appropriate boundaries? If you have any questions about what those boundaries are, reach out, and we'll be glad to help you out.